What's up, all you lovely people? I am back with more Dokkan Battle. And yes, I finally have reached it. After all of the pain, the tears, the depression that set in after being Omega shafted on this man's banner, I finally pulled him, awakened him, and he is here, INT Super Saiyan Goku. Now, we're going to take a look at him at 55% and see just how good he is. Spoiler alert, he is fantastic even without any dupes. So, with that being said, let's get right into him. Now, I do have him at 55%, but he does have a little bit of crit chance because I did put a crit skill orb on him. If you're going to end up putting equipment on this man, which you should, I would go for crit equipment because he does have additional attack chance in his passive, so giving him some crit, especially at 55%, will be a huge asset. Now bear in mind, this is one of the many units this year that is actually capable of doing everything at 55%. Now what do I mean by that? He can crit, he can dodge, and he can do additional attacks without needing any dupes. So he can crit by facing a Frieza type enemy. He always has guaranteed crits against Frieza. He has additional attack chance within his passive, and he is INT type, so he gets +5 dodge by default. So while some of these effects may be minuscule, he is again capable of doing everything at 55%, which makes him an absolute beast. Taking a look at his links, most of them are at link level 1. I did bring him into a story event a couple of times. That's why you see a few link level 2s. But I basically, for the most part, did not link level him. So you can get the true raw power of him without any extra artificial leveling and boosts and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. Now, looking at his link set, it is very solid. He has one of the better link sets in the game, in my opinion. Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Golden Warrior, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. All of them are fairly common links. All of them are very good links. And you will struggle to find a good or a bad linking partner with him, rather. You'll basically be hard-pressed to see him without at least 3 links active. So, we are in the Legendary Goku event, currently on the Kamehameha team, which is one of his better teams. Turn 1 defense of 118,000. That's pretty good. 118k defense turn 1 is pretty good. And you have to remember that he does stack defense on his 12 key super. That is big because he does have a guaranteed additional super attack in the same turn where he receives an attack. So he's a very good unit for slot 1. He will not be attacked, so we won't gain an additional super. But even in slot 2 and slot 3, he will have a medium chance or a 30% chance of launching an additional super attack. And he'll also gain 59% attack in slot 2 and 3. So, as I said, he does have that additional chance, which is fairly good. And that will be a 12 key super, of course, which is raising defense. Now, he does have every link active with Gohan. He just needs Kamehameha and Legendary Power when they launch a super attack, so he will have all links active. AGL Gohan is the best linking partner for this Goku so far. Every link active, and you can imagine how defensive this rotation is. Gohan being the OG stacking king, the tank for things like the Legendary Goku event, and then this Goku will actually outpace Gohan in terms of stacking, if you can actually believe that. So, we're going to go ahead and put him in the middle here. We can see an 18 key super, we'll try to, but, I mean, 12 key super, 18 key super, it doesn't matter with this Goku, because he does mega colossal damage on his 12 key super, the same way he does it on his 18 key super. Mega Colossal is normally the 18 key super attack, what is it, amplifier? Or multiplier, rather. But he will basically be doing the same amount of damage on his 12 and 18 key supers. He does raise attack on his 18 key super, but again, if you're doing things like, you know, the Legendary Goku event, not so much nowadays, but GT Legendary Goku event, the God event, things of that nature. 3.8 million attack stat, turn 1. Absolute monster with that super attack animation that's just oh so amazing. You love to see it. But if you're doing things like the Legendary Goku event, GT Legendary Goku event, the God event, places where you want to be defensive, he will be stacking defense. He will be wanting that 12 key super rather than his 18 key super. Although the 18 key super is nice to eventually build up your damage, it's better to just stack off the get-go, at least in my opinion. So let's just dive into his passive here. Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 159%, launches an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving attack, plus an additional attack plus 59%, and a medium chance of launching an additional super attack as the second or third attacker in a turn. Ki +1 at the start of each turn up to +3, plus an additional attack plus 59% when there is an extreme class enemy. Performs a critical hit when there is an enemy whose name includes Frieza. Frieza Soldier excluded. So, he does have a conditional part to his passive. When you look at it, he does need to be up against an extreme class enemy for an additional attack plus 59%, and he can only guarantee crit against Frieza type enemies. So, this Goku is limited in that way. He also does have his active skill that is limited as well. His active skill can only be activated when facing one enemy who is extreme class and is at 30% HP or less. Yeah, and it's a shame. It's the angry Kamehameha. Everyone wants to see it. Too bad that active skill is just very restrictive. Now, there's a thing with this man. There's a reason why people believe him to not be the best unit in the game, and they believe that the new LR Full Power Frieza is the best unit in the game. And it is because of that reason. There are just not as many Friezas in the game. There's not as many extreme type enemies in the game, at least to my knowledge. I think there are less extreme type enemies. And overall, it's just more common to face more Gokus or super class enemies to fulfill Frieza's conditions. Here we're going to have a 18 key super. This is actually one of the most optimal rotations we're going to see with this Goku. And as you can see, after one super attack, he's at 171k defense at 55%, guys. This is without dupes. 171k defense, already outpacing Gohan. It's insane what this man can do. Defensively, he is great. After a couple of super attacks, you don't really need to worry about him. So, we're going to get an 18 key super here. However, he also is going to be attacked before he launches his super attack, so he will get the guaranteed additional. We also have 30% support on rotation from this Goku and Gohan exchange unit, so this is going to be one of the best rotations that I can possibly give him with the team that I have currently set up. Goku, honestly, to me, is top 3 for sure. And 3.87 million, by the way. He is raising attack on this 18 key super, and then he'll be raising defense on the additional. But he is definitely top 3 LR status for me. It's just difficult to put him at number 1 when Frieza just has the easier conditions to fulfill for things like the guaranteed crit, for the active skill, things of that nature. It's more of a close competition between this new Super Saiyan Goku and the LR Master Ultra Instinct Goku. I don't want to say he's better than Master Ultra Instinct Goku, but I'd say it's pretty close, honestly. He lacks some things in his kit, like he doesn't have a revival skill, he doesn't have dodge, but what he does have is consistent damage with that Mega Colossal on his 12 key super. He does have that stacking defense, he does have the additional attacks that do raise his defense, so to each their own, pluses and negatives to everything, basically. He is definitely worthy, again, of that sort of top 3 LR in the game type of status. He does have some incredible super attack animations as well, and his link set's very good. So honestly, this unit is very, very, very good. Definitely worth summoning on his banner for. If not for him being a good unit, his animations, everything about it is just absolutely incredible. Now, is it worth summoning for him over Frieza? That depends, honestly. I think that super class units tend to age better than extreme class units. because you just have more superclass units in the game being added repeatedly. Tons of new Super Saiyans will be coming out. Meanwhile, new Friezas don't always come out all the time. What was the last new Frieza besides this full power one? Was Angel Golden Frieza, I believe. So, you know, Wicked Bloodlines enemies and things like that, Wicked Bloodlines units, you're not going to get as many new ones coming out. Meanwhile, Super Saiyans are coming out all the time. Legendary Existence units will probably be coming out all the time. That sort of thing. So here we have the most optimal rotation that I could give. By the way, 211k defense after 2 super attacks. What a stud. He's an absolute beast. And he's still on par with this Gohan in terms of defense. Now this Krillin is actually giving, I believe, 60% support on his passive. Ki plus 2. Excuse me. And attacking defense plus 30%. Plus additional Ki plus 2 and attacking defense plus 30% for superclass allies. So yeah, he is giving quite a bit of support on rotation here. Now, Goku also may have some Ki trouble. He has Prepared for Battle and Golden Warrior, I believe, are his 2 Ki links. I believe Golden Warrior gives Ki plus 1. Yeah. So he's going to be getting Ki plus 3 from his passive and then Ki plus 3 from his links. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle for you to get 18 Ki supers with him. That's the complete honest truth. I mean, we're going to hit it here because we do have all of his links active. It has been 3 turns, I believe, since he's been on rotation. So his passive's full, and he's also getting the support from Krillin on rotation. So he is pretty well on Ki right now, which may be a good thing, honestly, that he will struggle for Ki, because you don't really want to get him 18 Ki supers early on. You'd rather him get the additional 12 Ki supers, or just multiple 12 Ki supers for the defense raises. 4.22 million. Bear in mind, that's with support. That's also after raising defense once. Very, very nice stuff. Very powerful stuff here. Yeah, I mean, and there's the KO screen. You absolutely love to see it. Now, we're going to actually hop into another team. I want to be able to try and get that active skill for you guys, so I'll see you guys in a new event in just a second. Alright guys, so here we are in another event. We are currently running my favorite team in Dokkan history. I love Super Saiyan, so we are running the Super Saiyan category team that the new LR Goku does lead. You know I'm a sucker for Super Saiyans, so of course I summoned for this guy, specifically because he leads Super Saiyans, and because he's a great Super Saiyan in and of himself. So, we're actually in Infinite Dragon Ball history, so that way we can face a few extreme type enemies and potentially see his passive skill. Or not his passive skill, rather, but his active skill, which you have to be facing extreme class enemies, or a single extreme class enemy, and then have it be at 30% HP or less. Now, we have a very good linking partner with this Goku. They actually do share 6 links with this Angel Goku and Angel Vegeta Super Saiyan unit. We also have some support on rotation from the High School Gohan. So we have a fairly decent rotation for him in terms of damage. We're just going to absolutely go Hambone McRainbone here, I believe. But this guy is just an absolute stud. He is also a part of so many categories as well, which is another reason why he is such a monster. He's in, I believe, at least 10, right? Planet Namek Saga, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Goku's Family, that's 4. Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, that's 6. Exploding Rage, Saviors, and Turtle School, that's 9. Miraculous Awakening. So like 12 categories. Miraculous Awakening, Powerful Comeback, and his new category, Legendary Existence. Being on 12 categories is huge. It almost sort of reminds me of LR AGL Gohan in a way. He stacks defense. He's a part of a lot of categories. Great link set. Overall, just an incredibly powerful unit. But here we actually have the active skill available, but this is on the friend leader. So we're going to actually take a look at this active skill here. And really quickly to mention, of course he's going to be a really good linking partner with this GT Super Saiyan Goku as well. They're going to be sharing 5 links. So again, there's no shortage of good linking partners for him. But with that being said, let's take a look at his active skill.
It's over. Never hurt anyone ever again.
Alright, and that was his active skill. Very amazing animation. My only qualm with it is that, of course, it's not the "you fool" Goku. It's "you moron," which is nowhere near as awesome, at least to me. But it's a shame that you won't be able to see that active skill nearly as much as you would want to. Now, with all this being said, he's an incredibly solid unit that you should be incredibly happy if you pull, and that I wish you luck in pulling if you do keep summoning for him. We're going to see one more attack stat with him for the road with all of his links active, and then we're going to call it a video. He's an incredibly solid unit, and he's viable in pretty much all content. I've ran him, I've used him, yes, in God event stages. I've used him in GT Legendary Goku event. Let me know in the comments if you actually would want to see me bring him into some more difficult content, because I think that is where he really does end up shining the best, is in those stages where he can stack up his defense and become a very relevant tank as well as a damage dealer. So, with all that being said, one last attack stat for the road, 5.3 million, because he does get that additional attack plus 59% when there is an extreme class enemy. Absolutely stellar stuff into the 4.9 million additional. That sums up this unit perfectly. Fantastic animations, great defense stacking, fantastic damage. He's pretty much the whole package. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to take this guy into any more events, maybe more difficult content. But anyways, until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.